Hello, this is Cara from Cara Tarot with a last 10 decks September edition. I've been amassing things for this last 10 decks because, believe it or not, I've been slowing down. And I know I combined 2 months at one point, and then I skipped a month at another point. And so I'm calling this September, although most of these arrive. Well, yeah, I guess the last deck did arrive in September, the last of the 10, because I'm trying to keep 10 at a time. So I'm just going to start off, and I think this will be a lot of fun. Oh, because this is my special influencer edition, because a lot of these were decks that were influenced by, I saw this on someone's channel and I just said, wow, gotta have that one. But ironically, the first one, I don't think I did. I think I was just looking something else up on one of the sites and came across this, the Journey to Enlightenment Tarot, a new tarot for alchemical transformation. Now, I've just told you recently, I don't know that I'm that much into alchemy, but I just adored the artwork of these cards, these bright colors, and it reminded me of a couple other decks that I had been kind of looking about and had on hold, and then I realized that this was close enough to them that it fulfilled whatever they were going to be fulfilling for me. So you can see it's just this bright cacophony of colors, and yet, okay, that's the Chariot. So let's stop a moment and look and see what the booklet says about the Chariot. Lots of spreads at the beginning of this book. Keywords: balance, success, and drive. So it has a description of how, when the Chariot appears, you may feel the urge to move forward or change direction. There is an opportunity that presents itself. And then it has the Journey to Enlightenment. Your power lies in how you speak to yourself and the words you choose, as each one helps create your own self-perception. Choose your words wisely, as you are always listening. Talk to yourself as you would talk to a friend, and use words of encouragement. So, in that respect, it really is a positivity deck. And the Journey to Enlightenment, this alchemy that they're talking about, is putting you in control of your life, helping you deal with your issues and blocks so you can manifest your own future. This deck evokes an unparalleled sense of an enlightened experience through the strange and wondrous artwork of the cards and the wise words of the guidebook. Selena Joy Lovett is a psychic medium, Reiki master, mindfulness practitioner, and life coach, trained in Chinese medicine, CBT, and NLP counseling. And the artwork is by Daniela Mantius Foster, storyteller and pilgrim of sacred spaces. Her love of philosophy, imagination, and spirit finds creative expression in her unique art. So, really reinforcing yourself, and the way that you speak to yourself is ingrained in this deck. These incredibly bright, cacophonous cards. And lots of them have notes in them. And that has, obviously, the treble clefs all around the sun. The Tower. I had a tower moment today. I was making chocolate chip cookies, and they all ran together in the oven, and so then my hanged man moment was deciding to just cut them like chocolate bar cookies, as if I had intended them to be that way in the first place. And then I had the sun moment sharing the cookies. So it's all tarot. So for, I have said as much as anyone else that I don't like busy cards. This would be the exception that proves the rule. It doesn't get much more busy than this Three of Cups, does it? And yet, it is that very aspect of it that it kind of reminded me of crazy quilts. And then there are these that stand out even the more because they're much more sedate. But lots of patterns and two-tone shadowing going on, even in the ones that are more sedate. And from just that one page of the guidebook, I know it's a guidebook that I'm going to enjoy very much. I may not be into the alchemy, but I'm definitely into the psychology. Deck number 1, the Journey to Enlightenment Tarot. Now, 2 and 3 I'm going to do together because they're by the same maker. They're the Kahn and Selznick decks, which will be very well known to many of you. I have shown the Drowning World in several forums already because I had a particularly bad reaction to it. When I opened it up, it arrived the same week of the floods here in Texas. And so the images were just too emotionally difficult for me, especially those that really looked as if someone had drowned. I mean, what was your first clue? The title. I still find it very jarring, some of the cards more than others, but I forced myself to play solitaire with it to get to know it a little better, to also see all of the intricate details in the pip cards, and I recognize it, as I have said, I do recognize it as high art and appreciate it for that. Whether it's a deck that I will work with, it's beautifully produced. The cards feel wonderful. They are larger cards. Some of these pips, and the print is teeny, teeny, tiny. Dudley, I'm up here. Dudley. Late at night, my cat calls me if he doesn't know where I am. I would think he'd hear my voice, but I have to call him. So it's not a new deck. Many within the community are aware of this deck, and Lord, I get slides all over the place. Tarot of the Drowning World. It has additional cards that appear to be the same additional cards that are in their other deck. And one of the I wasn't sure when I was going to do this. I wasn't even sure if this was going to be my September edition or my October edition. But then I remembered that I think I want to try to start using Carnival at the End of the World during Halloween season. So, because it is just this kind of oddity, creepity fest that is just right for the Halloween season. There are additional cards. I must have done an Arcana battle with this, although I don't think I did it online. So these are the majors. And I just love these illustrations. I think one of the reasons I find the Drowning World more confronting is because it's photography. I don't have many photography decks. They don't usually speak to me. So I'm not really sure what I was thinking. Oh, wait, I forgot. This is the Influencer Special edition of Last 10 Decks. So my influencer on these two decks was Silky, whose moniker on Instagram is Picadam Tarot, and it is the fact that these are art cards that is why she likes both of these. Also, I both think they're based in the Netherlands, and I think she's from there, if I have that correct. But she is an extreme artist. The way that she does her readings online are pure poetry. And I'm always just enchanted with her. She finds unusual decks and has then her own extremely poetic take on them that hits me to the core. And so she was the influencer for me for both of these decks because she has used both of these decks. And it was seeing her use them that influenced me to get them. And how she worked with them. And then I did get the book for this one. And because there are a few additional cards, and they use in the Drowning World, they have the same additional cards. So I know there's a book to go with this, but since I'm struggling with this still, I probably won't get that book. This book will tell me enough about those extra cards that I can read them in this deck. It's their additional majors. Let's see if I can find. Maybe they're at the beginning. The Good Dr. Falka. Warlofsky. Madame Lulu. The Inferno and the Tempest. Those are the additional cards, and as far as I can recall, the same additional cards are in this deck as well. So I look forward to working with this one. I'm not sure I look forward to working with this one. We'll see about that. When there's a part of me saying, oh, maybe that's a shadow thing that I have to work on. It's like, no, I don't think it is. It's just, it arrived at the same time as the drownings, and it was just too literal for me. It made it very real. The next deck is an oracle deck, a beautiful, fun Loteria Remedios oracle. I do not remember who influenced me for this one. So if you're one of my usual friends that I chat with online and we had a conversation about this, or you remember showing this, please let me know, because it's you. Because, but I can't find, I did try to find a video about this. It definitely wasn't just about this deck. You probably went through the deck in the course of showing other cards. And may we always remember the remedios we carry within. And it's still in order. I haven't used it. You know, when I saw that it had a harp card, that I had to get it. It also has a cello card. And I love how it reminds me of a large Lenormand kind of card. And that's, since I use Lenormand cards rather like Oracle cards, it's all sort of coming from the same place to me. I just love you know I like bright decks. You know, that's where we started today. And very evocative. There it is. There's the cello card, the bandolon. I think this would be an Oracle deck that would be very easy. You know, I don't do Oracle deck readings very often, but this is one I think would be very easy to read with. Straightforward. Also really good, because it's just one word on the cards, really good to create a spread with. You know, I use Oracle cards to like lay out 4 Oracle cards and then create my question from the Oracle card. And because it's easier to do that with ones that have one word or one cohesive thought. So this would be a great deck for that. Bright and fun, and you know who you are. Chime in when you see this and let me know that we discussed this deck after you showed it. Next, I have a deck where I can't really say I was influenced, although certainly a lot of people have shown it. The Folkloric Forest Tarot. Everybody has been showing this lately. But that would have been irrelevant for me, I think, if I hadn't recently gotten The Peculiar Pathways by Lennox Reese and absolutely adored it. And so then, like, I know she's putting out a series of like forest and seashore and other things, and I won't be there for the whole series, but as I have been saying and have said in other videos, I recognize myself to be a woodland creature. There is a painting by, I believe it's Utrio, of a cottage in the woods that my mother gave to me when I was moving into one of my apartments, and there's a print of it, and it just spoke to, that's my dream cottage in the woods. A nature deck, beautiful and very serene. won't show the whole thing because a lot of people have shown this deck. It's pretty well known at this point. These lovely Loden green edges. The Folkloric Forest Tarot. That's going to, I already know it's going to have a special place in my heart. And this print comes with it. Isn't that gorgeous? Next, I have two decks where I was influenced by my friend Moonrain. Moonrain Magic is her channel name. The Glowwood Oracle, and I don't have the box for this next one. I can tell you my little story about that. And the Craft Decadence Oracle. Some places on the box it says Craft and Decadence. Other places, like this, it just says Craft Decadence. I've shown this on my Instagram a lot, so I'll start there. It is a smaller deck. It doesn't have a guidebook. Oh, maybe it does. That may be it. I haven't looked that up. But I haven't needed one. I really like the fact this has just a couple words and then a phrase that defines the words. And there are these wonderful, rich collage imagery, which is so much like so many things that I adore. I've been using this quite a bit for my 4 cards, pick one on my Instagram, and I have started putting some of those on posts on my YouTube page. So it's a small in size deck, and it's small in terms of the number of cards. I think it might be 36 cards or something like that. And yet just really evocative, and I'm tremendously enjoying it. I knew the moment I saw it on Moonrain's page that I was going to be, I think this is one that I might have just gone and gotten it the day that she showed it. And same thing with this, which is, well, not exactly. The Glowwood Oracle. Now, it's got this huge Hagen box. Huge. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this. I haven't had to think about it because I don't really, most of the time, I don't work with things until I've shown them in these videos. So I just put this in, but see, it's got this big box with the cards and this lovely bag and a pretty thick book. Over not quite 275 pages of text. But I got this on a second-hand site. So it was one of those, you know, it was used, but barely touched. I clearly barely touched. It has lovely black edges, and it is broken up into 4, wouldn't you know, I have mixed them up. I think I went through them. It's broken up into 4 different kind of suits. And that tells about planting and pruning. So there's plant or tree, animal, fungus, and they had me at fungus, soil, So I think that's the other one. But I really just liked the illustrations. The artwork is what finalizes my decision. I like it when a deck has different colored borders to distinguish the different groups. And this strong graphic on black, if you recall the Beautiful Bones tarot that I have, strong graphics on black. The Botanica deck, strong graphics on black. So this was meant to be. Oh, I put them in alphabetical order because that's the way the book is. And now I've messed that up. Oh well. So there are a lot of cards in this set. 78. So, but it is by no means a tarot. It is an oracle. You can expect practical forest ecology knowledge that will rock your world. Poetic transcendent texts channeled straight from the woods. A unique symbolic shorthand system for fluent reading. Illustrated spreads and extensions for your practice, and there are a great deal of spreads in this. Easy to navigate indices for all cards and symbols. Now, Moonrain, my friend who had showed this, who is incredibly adept at learning a multiplicity of systems, is intending to learn the systems as they suggest to use it, and that's how she intends to work with it. And I know how thorough she is. She would be like an A+ student in anybody's class. She, you know, she'll be fantastic with it and really know how to use it the way it's intended to work. I think you know me well enough to know that won't be the way I start. I pretty much start any oracle deck just throwing in a card as a capper on a tarot reading, and that's probably what I'll start doing with these two. It helps me get to know the cards and helps me get to know the structure of the deck as well, just bit by bit, little bit by little bit. So those two were influenced by Moonrain. Next is a deck that I was influenced by Cece at XS Tarot. And it is and it took me a while to remember who it was. It is the Oracle, the Omens of the East Oracle. And I think Cece, when I told her I was interested in it, she asked me to show which number I got. This is only 150 of 1,000. It's not, I don't know what year it is. There are 81 Oracle cards. But the moment I saw it, and it does have a book, I knew that it was going to go beautifully with Terra Volatile. Now, this deck was created in Bangkok, Thailand. Trying to see if there's a year. The manual is in English, among other languages. I'm not seeing a printing year on this. Oh, there it is, 2025, just this year. Which makes me more inclined to think that this is what I think it is I think it is an Oracle deck where they saw Terra Volatile, they saw the art style of it, And they decided to make an oracle deck that would go with it. And can't blame them. I mean, Terra Volatile's been very popular. And as we get a little farther, this type of thing, this type of detail, this ripple circle, and these various lines that are evocative of the line work that's done in Terra Volatile. Move these up a little. So that it really just feels like a seamless match. When Cece showed it, she showed it with a variety of other decks, and I definitely saw that it does work with other decks, but this type, look at the 2 circles here and 2 circles there. I don't know if that qualifies as sacred geometry, but it brings that to mind. And certainly the way that they work together is as if they were created to be together. It's just exceptionally beautiful. And now I'm pretty sure it was Cece but if I credit somebody as influencing me, and you know that I had a conversation with you about that deck, let me know. I mean, I'm not trying to shortchange anybody. I'm just doing the best I can to remember. Because I usually wait so long before I buy something. This one I did not. I jumped on this right away. It took a while to arrive. As I recall, it was not very expensive either. Surprising for a deck with this many cards. It is a lovely linen finish. Very, very similar to the feel and weight of the Terra Volatile. It also has black edges. Terra Volatile, my version does not have any edging. So only going through not even half of them, you can see how exquisitely these resonate together. And I think it's going to breathe a different level of life into my work with the Terra Volatile, which, as I said, I expected it to be my soul deck, and then it hasn't been. I won't say I've been disappointed. It's a lovely deck. It just isn't, and it's not that I don't have any trouble with the 5th suit. It's just it hasn't been, I haven't felt whatever I thought I was going to feel for it. And that it's not their fault. Ooh, it's kind of an iridescent black border too. I don't know if you can see that. It has kind of a sheen to it. Very pretty. Very, very pretty deck. And again, mine is 150 of 1,000. So they haven't sold many of them. I think it was Etsy, but I'm not sure. And it comes with a bag. Omens of the East Oracle. Next is a deck I was influenced by Julia at Highly Sensitive Tarot. I just showed this in another video the other day, where I also showed Folkloric Forest, and I do think there is a similar language between them visually. This is by Reese Marin. 2022 deck, so many of you will know about it. This is the kind of deck that just warms my heart. Classical artwork, thoughtfully chosen for the representation of the suit and the number, and just so many of these are so directly on point that it's the kind of thing I would want to do if I were making a deck myself. And there are enough of them in my collection that I don't really feel the need, because these speak so well for me. Not the usual suspects of artworks being used here. Lovely, smooth, barely linen finish, and then smooth on the other side, which is an interesting feel. But so much here to just meditate on and get lost in. And to have a pensive path to walk into these. A lot of these are the kind of decks that you can easily step into the picture and look around more easily than in some other decks. A very horrific hanged man there. The magician being a conductor. And the fool, a young girl, looking a bit crazed on the edge of a cliff. So thanks to Highly Sensitive Tarot for showing this deck, which I know will add to my reading life. And finally, in a little gathering of decks where I've been influenced by other people, I think you could probably say it with me. Simon made me do it. Because most of us have been there. This is from he showed this not too long ago, from the Museum of Tarocchi, International Tarot Museum, the Tarocchi Fino della Torre. Limited edition, I have 305 of 500. One of the things I liked about it right away is that it is larger than other Tarot de Marseille decks. No, I don't know where the Fool went. The Fool and the Magician. Well, there's the Fool. I must have shuffled this. I think I We'll see. We'll see if I shuffled these. So this has the 3 popes. Well, no, it doesn't look as though I shuffled it. It has time. I like the coloring of it. I like the size of it. It has a very nice feel. Star, the moon, the sun, judgment, the world. And I'm just going to see if I can find there they are. Okay. So the Fool with his big fat legs, and the Magician. So those are the majors. And then I think a particularly phallic looking Ace of Wands. But then the wands are mostly this green coloration, greeny gray. It's a kind of a rough woodblock look to them, but interesting use of maroon, gold, and green in the colors. And then so very autumnal. It's this time of year. So very basic pips. Definitely these pips are not giving you a whole lot extra to work with. And I think I will just end this. That's my 10th deck of my special influencer edition. Again, this is Simon from the Hermit's Cave. Showed this not even a month ago, I think, and this is another one I jumped right on it. Between the coloration and the size of the cards, I knew it was going to do it for me. And so I'm going to do an Arcana battle just right here at the end with the majors. Again, Arcana battle, you lay out 2, you keep the one you like the best, and the goal is to do it very quickly so that you're not thinking about the meaning of the Temperance card or the meaning of the Time card. You're just responding to which card, knee-jerk response, which card you like the best of the 2. Look at the draw here. Oh, so Temperance and the High Priestess. Okay. I was afraid it was going to be one of the popes because I do have to look those up. I still get them a little confused when it's a deck that has multiple popes. But this is the High Priestess, so Temperance and the High Priestess. Obviously, I like this Temperance card because nothing was moving her. She stayed there the whole time. And I didn't even realize she was Temperance when I first was pulling the other cards away. I just like the sweetness of the face here. I've been getting the Temperance card a lot, and it is a card that I love the concept of anyway. So this is meaningful, and then to have this intuitive subconscious knowing, along with the study, that because the High Priestess does also have the Torah in her lap. Interesting that she has sun, and she appears to have the sun and the moon, light and dark, and keys. She has keys. So those are my last 10 decks. I hope you enjoyed this little ride with me. That last deck was the Tarocchi Fina della Torre from the International Tarot Museum in Italy. Came very quickly. Very quickly. And beautifully, very safely, securely packaged. So whatever cards you're dealt, I hope you know how to play them well and you enjoy them. This is Cara from Cara Tarot. Have a lovely night.